In the midterm rental insurance space, there are multiple fees that you can stack, and here's why it's important to do so. So, you're now officially playing in the corporate world, whether it's you putting together a contract, you letting the potential displaced policy homeowner walk into your home or do a walkthrough, conduct a walkthrough. Again, this is all your time, which means that it's not unreasonable for you to be able to charge an application fee, an admin fee, a pet fee, a non-refundable, etc. So, we're going to go over some of the fees that are very typical in this space. Number one, it's the monthly fee. What is your rate? I like to go with a daily rate because if there's 31 days in a month, then I can get an extra bonus day on that. Typically, the first month is prorated anyway if it doesn't start on the first. Then after that, not all months are created equal. So tip number one, do a daily rate or monthly rate. We like to go with daily. Then after that, there's going to be very similar to the short-term rental space. There's a cleaning fee, right? Now, there could be a deep cleaning fee at the end of the stay that they need to pay for, which they will pay for usually up front in the beginning in addition to the monthly rate. And then there's also one that you should factor in is a monthly cleaning fee if you do offer those services. One of the benefits of offering that fee and the service, of course, along with the fee, is that you have your eyes on the property. You know, if it's a 6-month stay, you're at least able to come in there once a month, maybe twice a month. Might be hard to charge maybe twice a month, but maybe you have a bundle fee that you want to put in there. So make sure that you have a fee that states whether it's an additional fee that you will charge monthly or that it is one that's just in the end. I recommend having a deep clean fee as a one-time fee and then monthly periodic fees. Again, you get to structure your contract the way you want to do. Admin/application fee. I always do it for my time. If I'm writing a contract, I want to get paid for my time putting together that contract and putting things together. So I do have an administrative fee. Again, it can range from a lot of different with respect to your time, with respect to your state, etc. Right? Pet fee. Yes, we do have pet fees. One-time pet fee, right? Depending on your state, you should look locally. It all depends. It could be $150, could be $200. It's all up to you. It's all look at your local kind of state, right? Pet fees in my state, it'll give you a good baseline. Then you also want to have a pet deposit, right? If something should happen, right, that the pet eats up, whatever, makes some damage, take that out of the pet fee, or I'm sorry, not the pet fee, the pet deposit, right? Now that is refundable unless if something does happen, right? The pet fee, however, is a one-time fee for the interest of one time of charging them for the pet. Again, those are additional fees that you can charge and obviously adds on to the amount of gross revenue that you can make. This is a very important one. Security deposit is one that typically gets confused and overlooked. If you're coming from the traditional rental world, long-term rentals, you're thinking first month. No, not in this world. We're charging a premium rate. That way we cannot charge a premium security deposit because this is very important. Typically, not always, but typically it is the homeowner that has to put down the security. And, in other words, they're kind of showing the insurance company that they have skin in the game. So, it's very hard for even the average American to maybe be able to fork out like what? You're not going to make them fork out like $5,000. And that's a lot of money. In our market, with respect to where we are, we want to make sure that it's around usually sweet spot of 2,000. Sometimes we'll even do 1,000. Just keep in mind that your security deposit can and will break the deal if it is too high. So therefore, you want to make sure it's affordable and leave the rest to the insurance company for them to pay. They have this in the budget. We like to have a non-refundable fee when we can. A non-refundable fee usually is for longer stays. So if someone's staying for 6 months or so with maybe pets included, etc., you want to make sure that, hey, listen, after this, we're going to have to get new linens. We're going to get new silverware, perhaps. We're going to do some painting, etc. So as long as you justify to the insurance company or the adjuster or whoever's on the other side that's going to give that approval, you want to make sure that you're just stating it. They're usually not going to poke too much around, or they either say no. If it's no, well, what can work for you, right? So security deposit is one, non-refundable is one, and then last but not least, most importantly, typically it's an inconvenience to have the utilities not included. You can do it. You certainly can, especially if it's a longer term stays, but we like to include everything in. With that said, if you don't and you want to take some items out, like we're talking about water, power, gas, etc., to your discretion, you can set up your contract. We include that in-house. So because we include that in the cost, it's kind of a very simple, we'll charge you a premium, but then we'll give you utilities, we're handling the landscaping, etc. Then just factor that into your cost. But you're welcome to do add-ons, and then it at least gives you the ability to then remove add-ons if the deal doesn't work. It's a great negotiating tactic, right? You can have as many line items as possible, and then if it doesn't work, to make the deal work, you can take some of those out, like maybe the monthly cleaning fee, maybe it's the landscaping, right? Whatever, right? But you want to make sure also that if you were going to take out landscaping, that someone's actually going to do the landscaping, and that your property is not going to look like call it trash and for the next 6 months because no one's cutting the lawn. Keep all those things in mind of what you can and cannot take out. Keep in mind you also have the ability to, I say all that to say this, to put a utility cap, right? Should you exceed X amount of dollars, right? Ours is usually 500 in our market. Then you will have the homeowner pay the difference. Bake that into your contracts. Again, not your attorney, just here to give you some guidance on some of the fees and why it's important and critical in this space, because fees add on, and fees add on to revenue being made. So if you do have cleaning, you do have, these securities, these pet fees, deep cleaning fee, admin fee, non-refundable, utility cap fees, these are all fees that at the end of the day turn into dollars. They are justified, they are known, they are best practices in our industry. So keep in mind your fees, stack them as you should, and of course, most importantly, provide the service to the best quality that you can. You will then again have an increased occupancy and increased profitability, which is the reason why we choose midterm rental insurance within our industry over anything else. Happy hosting. If you got more value, make sure you hit the subscribe button and grab the MTR insurance blueprint on experimentrealestate.com.